Hello everyone, welcome back to PyroFalkon's Let's Play Extravaganza, where it's your Let's Play 2. Today we are playing Madden, because I'm working on the IGN strategy guide for Madden, so disclaimer, I received the game for free, but I received it for free from IGN. Oh, there I am. Holy crap, that is like a 19-second delay. Oh boy, we are in for a treat today. So, there is no music because I don't want to get blasted to hell and back due to EA's bullshit. Or, not even EA. I don't know why I just said EA's bullshit. It's YouTube's bullshit. So, it's going to be a very quiet kind of game on some parts. Oh, shit! Okay, it's going to be a quiet game until my microphone stand decides to freak the fuck out. What the fuck? Really? Holy shit, man. Alright. Am I sick? No, I have golden or... God damn it. Wow. Wow, microphone stand, wow. I am not sick. I basically just woke up, so I have golden voice or silver voice Pyro going on. The Akamura is sick, so she will not be joining us. She is here. I don't know. Are you watching the chat? You're not watching the chat. Okay, that's fine. So the Akamura is here, but she is super sick. She has been sick really badly for the last few days, so she will not be a part of this experience. Anyway, hello, Mom, although I don't... Oh, yeah, you are here. Hi, Mom. Hello, Genergy. Hello, KJ Friend. Hello, RUD. And hello, Scarlex Blaze. And hello, TC. So, as I said, we're playing Madden because I have to. There won't be an after party. We're just going to do some Madden for a little while, and then I have to get back to work writing the strategy guide. Oh, son of a... Oh, no, those are my guys. Yeah, that's right. I'm going to assign you. Let's see. Make sure that... I still didn't do a full audio check, so I hope that my audio isn't all fucked up. No, it looks alright. A bunch of people are giving their well wishes to you, the Akamura, and hoping you get better soon. Okay, start weekly training. So, those of you who joined me on Twitch know that I got this game as an early access. The game is not out until the 10th for most people, or the 7th if you pre-ordered it, but we're still playing it 2 days early, because that's what I can do. And I got it for free, and I'm super happy for IGN giving me the opportunity, because I like Madden, and I really am happy to do the job, especially because I get a paycheck for this. So... I'm going to do a little bit of, yeah, I'm not using screenshots for this one, TC. Good eye. Good memory. And yes, I agree with you about the delay. The delay is about 20 seconds, but I'm in normal latency mode. Normal latency means that the delay is longer, but the graphics are better, and in this case, I preferred better graphics. But I am not doing screenshots for this one. In fact, I'm not even... Why didn't I even hit the record button? What the hell's wrong with me? Oh, right. I was going to just put this one... screw it. I don't care. Alright, never mind. Alright, so... Not re-signing any of you guys. I can't afford to give you a signing bonus, and I can't afford to give you your signing bonus that you want. So, your ass is probably just going to be franchise tagged after this... After this season. Shazir I should be able to get. Okay. So, we did our training. We're gonna go kick the shit out of the Carolina Panthers and keep our undefeated streak going, hopefully. So here's a fun story that, thanks to Kalo Shade, I know about. Apparently, Colin Kaepernick's name was bleeped from one of the lyrics of the soundtrack, and EA, the artist of that song, made a bit of a noise about it, as he should have, on Twitter. EA responded, and I don't know whether they're bullshit, because, you know how EA is. Anything they say may or may not be bullshit, but this actually does sound legit. EA says they do not have the rights to Colin Kaepernick, which makes sense why he's not a free agent, why he's not in this game at all. And I think it has to do with the fact that Kaepernick has been out of a job for a while, and therefore he cannot be in video games. Because I know there's a bunch of weird shit when it comes to the way they have to have player rights and stuff. So, but the thing is, they don't have the rights to Colin Kaepernick, his name or his appearance as a player. But apparently the soundtrack team thought that applied to everything, so they bleeped his name out of the soundtrack because they thought EA couldn't mention his name at all. When in reality, why is there a fucking scroll bar on my chat window on the video? That's ass. Anyway, so EA recently tweeted out that they apologized for the mistake, and they explained that this is why. It's because the soundtrack team thought that they had to bleep the name. So it basically was just one hand didn't quite know what the other hand was doing. So they released a patch like 2 days ago, and the only patch note was updated soundtrack, and the only thing the patch did was it basically added his name back. It they uncensored the name, Colin Kaepernick, from the soundtrack, and then they put that song back. So hooray, I guess. I would still like to play as him, and that has nothing to do with his politics. It's because he's a damn good player, and he's a scrambler, and I prefer using scrambler quarterbacks instead of frickin' Ben Roethlisberger, what with his big ass and everything. And that's not, I'm a Steelers fan. I like Ben Roethlisberger as a player. He's a questionable human being, but, he's a good football player. But he's not as fast as I prefer in quarterbacks. He's a lot more accurate than I usually get. But anyway, so I am trying to, in my franchise here, start building for the future because he does not have that many years left on him. And, oh, god damn it, that's pass interference. So, anywho. That's holding? Oh, sweet. Yeah. We accept. Absolutely we accept. I thought for sure that was pass interference on us. So, Madden 19. It's free for me, so I'm immediately biased as far as my review or whatever goes about the game. But I do like it. They did some very nice quality of life changes to the franchise mode. And therefore, I feel... Oh, shit. I feel like this is one of the best Maddens in years. And Madden seems to suffer from that curse where if you skip the even years, you're probably in happier shape. So I didn't play last year's Madden, mainly because I couldn't afford it. I mean, I was out of work, and still I'm out of work, technically. And that was just not one of the games on my radar, especially since I haven't really been watching much football lately. But, oh, shit. What the hell was that? I'll take it. Wasn't this Scrambler the one the Eagles, the Super Bowl this year? I don't remember. I do not remember what his prototype is in the game, but you could be right. I didn't write any of that down when I did the guide, which may or may not have been smart. The problem with doing the guide, or at least the way I do guides, is I always make a decision whether to, how much information to give. And usually when I don't give a ton of information, I always forget it myself. Like if I write things down, it reinforces it in my head. And I had thought about writing down every player's prototype, but the thing is they change so frequently, especially in franchise mode, they can change really frequently. So it wasn't worth the writing down because that information is just given to you in the game. And I have always been a believer, or at least for my style of writing guides, where if the information is just bluntly given to the player, I don't write it in my guide because it's a waste of both of our times. Like if the game tells you, Or like in a Mario game, if you know A jumps, then I'm not going to put in a strategy guide for Mario. Press A to jump, because you know that shit. Or your friend should know that shit already. I'm going to put the chat window on the other side, because that's blocking a couple things I don't want blocked. Why is there a fucking scroll arrow thing on the chat window? I'm going to have to figure that out. I might need to get some new code. I know YouTube recently changed the way their windows display. That's why when I type a message in the chat, there is a weird white background, like, hello, world. And none of you are going to know the context of that for 20 seconds. But anyway, you can see there on the chat window, on the video, I have a white background now. And that's kind of annoying. So it's it helps this message stand out a bit more on the browser window, but it doesn't really help in the hi TC. It doesn't really help for picture-in-picture stuff like this. So I might have to see if that site that I copied the code from updated itself or something. So Annie-bot. And my downstairs neighbor is blasting his music again. Hold on to it. Good job, Belle. So, my downstairs neighbor has recently started blasting his music whenever I start talking, and I'm not sure if that's a coincidence. Like, I'm not sure if he hears us doing the show. If he hears us doing the show, he's never complained. He just counters by blasting music. But it could be that he just blasts music 24/7, which is possible. I just straight don't know, and I don't want to make an issue out of it. Because I know we get loud. The Ekmer and I get loud when we do the show, and I don't want to start a chain reaction of me complaining about him, and then he complains about me, and then a different neighbor complains about a different neighbor, so... Love me some franchise. Glad to hear that some of the adjustments have made me super excited to play. Hello, Textbook Win. Yes! I don't know how much you watched me play yesterday, or... Was it yesterday? Whenever I did the stream on Twitch. Woo! Good catch, Jesse. I don't know if you saw the stuff I did yesterday, or whichever day that was. I guess that was Friday, wasn't it? Because yesterday all I did was play Kerbal Space Program all day. The biggest quality of life change for me was the fact that when you upgrade players, it's a package rather than upgrading individual attributes, which gives you a little less control over the specific makeup of the player, but it helps you know exactly what stats to raise to make the team you want to make, and I think that's a much better change, because it got to the point where I never manually upgraded players before, because when you're dealing with 54 players who are all getting experience points and can raise multiple stats every week, like, I didn't know, even as the guide writer, I don't know what's important. Like, awareness is a holy stat in Madden. Like, it's always been a very, very important stat to raise, but other than that, I didn't quite... Oh, come on. I didn't quite know what I needed to do. So now it's like when you upgrade your player, which you will see after this game because I'm sure someone will have enough experience points, it'll say something like you can... So for a halfback, it'll be like you can upgrade him to be an elusive back, a power halfback, or a one-cut halfback, or something, or a receiving halfback. It's like one of 4 options, I think. And like, you pick which one you want. And then there's even an icon that shows like... there's an icon that's like, your current scheme that you want means you want an elusive back. So, like, there's an icon right next to the elusive back option for me, but I don't have to pick it. It's just the game being like, hey, this is what you said you wanted. And, you know, just as a general reminder. And that is such a beautiful quality of life change. Like, it's one of those changes that you wonder why they didn't have that games ago, you know, but whatever. It's in the game now, and it's freaking awesome. For better or worse, for better or worse, I believe that the rest of franchise hasn't changed all that much. I think it's good. I've always liked Madden's franchise. I thought they did it better in Madden 05. That's still probably my favorite as far as overall gameplay is concerned. But like some of the things that are in the game in real life Madden NFL are still not in the game. Like they're still not. Oh my God, guys, why is our pass defense so terrible today? We've had okay pass defense all season, and we are not having okay pass defense right now. I mean, like, I have to blitz Cam Newton or he's going to get away from me. Maybe I got to do this. Jeez. 100% agree. Make it much easier in the draft to build schemes. Yeah, exactly. Even when you're scouting players, I'll show you that too. There's the same symbol. What it is it's a purple puzzle piece, which it symbolizes this player, this asset you are looking at matches the scheme that you have set. And you can change the scheme anytime. Like, the Steelers default to West Coast Power, I think. I think it's West Coast Power is what they default to. And I don't prefer that, so I switched my scheme. The only downside to the schemes, in my opinion, is you have to set an entire scheme. You cannot set a scheme and then override one part of it unless you do it in your own head. So, for example, the West Coast Power scheme requires a field general quarterback, I believe, which is what Ben Roethlisberger is. That's... Oh! Artie Burns with the pick! Suck it, Cam Newton! Anyway, so Ben Roethlisberger is not a scrambler, and I wanted a scrambler quarterback. The only scheme where a scrambler quarterback is the main archetype is the vertical offense, so that's what I run. But like, it's not, so I can't say I would like to run a West Coast Power, but also have a scrambler quarterback instead. Like, you cannot make that piecemeal, which is a little unfortunate. Now, you can still do it anyway. Like, you can still have a West Coast Power offense, but also only have... oh, God damn it, I hate it when I hesitate. AB! You can have a West Coast Power scheme, but then ignore the quarterback suggestion and just take scrambler quarterbacks. That's doable. The problem of doing that, though, is when your player matches what your scheme is, you gain bonus experience points so they level up faster. So if I had a scrambler quarterback, he just wouldn't get as good as fast under the old scheme than if I either switched my scheme or said, screw it, I guess I'm not getting a scrambler quarterback. But you can still do it. You know, I don't know if I like the realism of that necessarily. Like, I guess I can make an argument that it's a little bit realistic in the sense that if you have a scheme, then your coaches are teaching to that scheme, and therefore the players who are better at it naturally would gain more experience, I guess, but that's probably a stretch. Basically, long story short, I wish there was a way that you could... Nope, I'm just running this myself, guys. I wish there was a way you could say, like, you know, you can just override it. You could be like, I want to do West Coast Power, but I also want a scrambler quarterback, and then everything would be fine. But, what apps? Okay, so that's for Pyro Rant. Let's see. I don't know if you guys care about Madden Ultimate Team. That one's okay. I've never personally cared about Madden Ultimate Team. The biggest change they made to Madden Ultimate Team is that you no longer have to get contract cards. Like, once you get a card and you get a player, the player is yours, period. You can play him in however many games you want, whenever you want, however long you want. You can do whatever you want, and there's no contract or whatever number. And then they got rid of their big change from last year, which was called target passing. No one used target passing. It was apparently very difficult to use. I didn't play last year's Madden, so I can't speak to it all that much, but I do know it's just not in the game anymore. So those are the big changes from Madden 18 and previous years. Given that I play basically exclusively franchise, so any benefits to franchise. Did we get in the end zone? Oh, we got close. We're on the 1. Any upgrades to franchise is good in my book. The only thing is, like I said earlier, they still haven't added everything that's in the NFL, so there are no holdouts anymore. I really liked holdouts. I know that was part of Madden 05, that a player could be like, I want more money, and until you give me more money, I'm not going to play for you anymore. And then you had to decide whether you wanted to pay him more or just let him ride the bench. And it's really funny when that happens because your choice can somewhat impact how your team is. I remember in one Madden 05 situation, I think I had Ben Roethlisberger hold out on me, and I'm like, fine, I'm just going to get a different quarterback. I'm not paying you how much you want. Fuck you. So for one whole season, I was using a quarterback that was much worse than him, but he was faster, and I was like, yeah. Because back in Madden 05, that was back in Michael Vick's heyday, and fast quarterbacks ruled the day because they had not quite yet programmed correct defenses to deal with fast quarterbacks. So that was a benefit to me. I still own Madden 05. I never play it. It's a PlayStation 2 game, but I still own it. It is sitting on my shelf. I believe Ray Lewis is the cover boy of that one. I would have to look that up. But, yeah, the first year Roethlisberger was in the games, they didn't have the text programmed long enough to deal with a name that long. So he was still Ben Roethlisberger, but the last E before the R was not in the game. He was just Roethlisberger. So, yeah, it was pretty funny. But I think that was 04. I think 05 was the first year that they had his full name, which tells me how long it's been. I mean, shit, Madden 05 was friggin' 14 years ago. And yes, I did correct math. They do years ahead, 1 year ahead. So Madden 05 came out in 2004. So it was 14 years ago. But anyway. So jeez, man. I've been playing Madden since 96 because I'm an old man and I love Madden and I love football. Thank you, the Akamura, for telling me you were 3 years old when I was playing Madden 96. I mean, to be fair, I think I played Madden 96 in, like, 97, so you were going to be 4. So, you were a sprightly old lady 4 years old at that point. Unbelievable. Looking forward to seeing football again. Steelers play Thursday. Don't know if it's on any... Yeah, I don't know who they play. Usually, we don't get Steelers games here unless they play the Bengals or the Browns. But I did see, because Madden uses the real life, schedules, and apparently at one point the Steelers have a 3-week schedule where they face the Bengals, and then they have a bye week, and then they face the Browns. So it's basically a 3-week vacation for them. Or, you know, I'm going to keep talking shit because I'm a Steelers fan. But, it's one of those things where I'm too me. I'm too me sometimes, so I'm like, I don't like being mean, even when I shit talk, even though that's, like, just a sports thing. So, like, in my brain, even as I'm talking shit, like, my brain is like, say that, like, it's okay that to like the Bengals and that any team can beat the Steelers on a given Sunday and blah, blah, blah. And yet, like, the other part of my brain's like, just keep talking shit. No one likes the Bengals. Even Cincinnati doesn't like the Bengals. They play the Eagles. Oh, shit. I forgot about that. They do play the Eagles. Oh, that's not a good matchup for the Steelers. Oh. Hello, Alchemic Gaming. Don't bash my Browns, says Alchemic Gaming. I'm sorry. The Akamura shouts, I'm not sorry, and I'm probably not. Let's see. They will win at least 4 games this year. Yeah, hopefully hopefully at least 3 of those are not just preseason games. Wasn't there a team that went 4-0, like, somewhat recently? They went 4-0 in the preseason and then went, like, 7-9 or 6-10 in the regular season, and they were shit on merciless. I want to say it was the Panthers, but before Cam Newton. I don't know. That wasn't too recent. Anyway. So, go. Ah, shit. This is what I get for hesitating. I always hesitate in passes. I'm a bad quarterback because I hesitate. I hesitate and I can't make decisions. All right. Let's see. Oh, it was the Browns. The Browns went 4-0 preseason and 0-16 regular season. Oh, my God. That is ridiculous. Oh, don't try to juke with a heavy tight end to me. Thank you, the Akamura. Thank you for the snicker. You're ridiculous. I'm glad to be teaching the Akamura sports. It's a joy of mine, and it's not like one of the aspects to a good relationship is having a partner who likes the same stuff, but also understands it's okay not to like the same stuff. Oh shit, that was lucky. I meant to pass it to triangle, and if I had done that, it would have been picked off. So it was lucky I hit the wrong button there. So, shit, what was I saying? Oh, so I'm getting to teach the Akamura sports, and the cool thing about teaching her sports is that she is, by default, liking all of my teams. So she's a Steelers fan, a Penguins fan, a Bulls fan, and a Cubs fan, and that makes me happy. Since she did not come into this relationship with any predisposition to any sports team, although apparently her family really likes the Steelers, so I suppose that puts me in good company. So I am eager for the season, especially since last year I didn't watch any football other than the Super Bowl, and this year I plan on rectifying that. Touchdown! Juju! That'd be a late hit in real life, but okay, sure. Dick. Wow, Carolina. What is it? I do better when I play for fans because, someone asked me last time I streamed this one, the last time when I lost a game, and I admit that I make the game a little easy on myself. I probably have made it too easy, and I need to screw with the difficulty sliders again. But I get better as the season goes. I lost 3 out of my 4 preseason games because I wasn't used to some of the new changes. One of the changes you're kind of not seeing here, speaking of difficulty sliders, I don't know if they did this last year because I didn't play Madden 18. But at least for Madden 19, compared to Madden 17 and all previous games prior to Madden 7... What the... I didn't mean to switch characters. Receivers drop balls a lot more frequently now. They don't drop them in the open field, but they drop them very frequently when they're hit in the act of catching. You could have gotten away with slant patterns a lot in old Maddens. You could abuse over the middle short passes. But now, on almost every contact, at least on all pro difficulty level, whenever there's any contact in the act of catching, they usually drop the ball. So you have to get used to that. So I tweaked my difficulty settings so my wide receivers hang onto the ball a bit more often, but I overdid it, and so now they hold onto the ball pretty much in every circumstance. And I need to trim my I need to trim my difficulty settings to fix that and make that a bit more difficult. BT Dubs started watching because Monster Rancher loved the content. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Which Monster Rancher? I'm always curious how people find me. Monster Rancher 4 is my big one, but I've grabbed lots of guys. I haven't grabbed lots of guys. Hush, the Akamura. You just lay there on the couch and get better. Don't need any of your sass. Anyway, Monster Rancher 3 is becoming really hot for some reason. Like, I've been watching the numbers, and I don't know why. We've had a burst of viewers come from Monster Rancher 3, and I'm not sure why. But our number 2 series is still Evil Genius, which is weird. It's always the series I don't expect, because I didn't expect Evil Genius to do that well by a long shot. And I certainly didn't expect Monster Rancher 4 to be my number 1 series, because if I had known that ahead of time, I absolutely would have presented it better rather than screaming into the mic right off the bat and then skipping half of the beginning story. If I could do it over, which I guess I could get rid of episode 1 and re-upload it, but that'd be stupid. Anyway, if I could do it over, I would give Monster Rancher 4 more respect. And I already had respect for it. It wasn't that. It was just that I was trying to be comedic and funny or whatever the fuck, so I was like, let's skip this boring story, ha ha ha, and get to the monster raising, and that was a bad play. Like, I shouldn't have done that. You know, I always try to get better with the channel, and I try to learn from my mistakes, and that's why there are presentation differences that I do now that I didn't do before, and vice versa, just things I avoid, like, you know, now I see he shouldn't have dropped that in the open field. I've trimmed it too much the other way. I need to make it a little bit more balanced. Good thing we can't clip stuff here. That would have been clipped instantly. Yes, I'm sure it would have been, right? You know, I've changed my mind. We can do an after party. We can go to Twitch for an after party. So for those of you who are listening who don't already have me on Twitch, go to twitch.tv/PyroFalkon. There's a link in the video description. Follow me there because I do... All of those streams on Twitch are unplanned. That's why following me on Twitch is important, because I never know when I'm going to stream, but when I do stream, it's random bullshit, and I say stupid random bullshit things. So that's fun for everybody, especially those of you who enjoy the clip system. Although... I did get a collection of the clips that were done for the last Kerbal Space program. There will be a Kerbal Space program clip show on Tuesday? Yeah, Tuesday is when that episode goes out. What? Oh, okay. The Akamura is losing her mind. You are sick. I am still shocked you went to work on Friday. Did you tell people you were sick? That's not good. That you were working around food then. Oh, you weren't working around food. Okay. Alright. Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's been like your only symptom. Like yesterday you seemed 100%. Oh, jeez, man. I hope it's not like... God damn it. God damn it! Make a decision, me! I saw him wide open... for the fucking 90% of that play, and my brain's just like, don't throw yet! Don't throw yet! And let me just... Any raging I do about that is all me. And it's not me shitting on myself. It's me recognizing my weakness of skill. Like, for whatever reason, it's not Madden's fault. It's certainly not the game's fault. But it's, for whatever reason, I cannot mentally get myself into my quarterback shoes and make smart passes. I've already been doing better. My first 3 games of my franchise here, no shit, like this is no exaggeration, my first 3 games of this, I have like 2 passing touchdowns and 10 interceptions. It's the fucking worst. And it's because I can't get my brain... and my fingers to get on the same page, and that is 100% on me. That has nothing to do with Madden. Hello, Nicholas Roy, or Wah, maybe? Go Saints. All right, fair enough. I'm a sucker for old school PyroFalkon, where it was just you and Yoshi cracking jokes and shooting terrorists. You know, I've heard a lot of streamers who are like, you know, it was better in the old days or whatever. I don't think I've changed that much from the old days. I have better gear, but like, I don't think I've changed all that much. I certainly don't feel like I present. I don't go out of my way to be like, hey guys, welcome to PyroFalkon's Let's Play, you know, other than doing some voices now that I was unable to do back in my youth. But, woo! AB! But, I don't know. It also depends on who I'm with, because, like, with Yoshi, it's a different chemistry than when I'm with the Akamura, when I'm alone, and it even depends on the game. Like, I'm not, you know, if I'm playing RimWorld, I'm not being like, woo! We just grew some rice! Fuck yeah! You know, that's not what RimWorld's about. It's a different energy, whether we're playing sports games or KSP or Rainbow Six. You know, I do want to do Rainbow Six again, by the way. Yoshi is basically missing in action right now. That's a TD. Oh yeah, team celebration stick. So now there's a thing. So if you hit up on the right stick after a touchdown, I guess everyone starts having neurological problems and seizing on the end zone, which is fine. I mean, whatever it takes for team unity, but I think those are just the concussions adding up rather than an actual choreographed dance. But it's fine, Jesse. You just keep doing you, buddy. I'm gonna be in the NFL. I will be in Madden. Best running back, Nicholas Roy. Remember me. Hey, hell yeah, man. I hope you make it. My favorite player, my favorite player by default retired this last year, which made me a bit sad. I did go to school with an NFL player. He was not a first-string quarterback or anything, but he did make it to the NFL, and I am very proud of him. We were not friends. I am not trying to say that, like, we were super tight or anything like that. We barely knew each other. My strongest... Hello, Fernie Sanchez. Thank you for joining the stream. So the player in question, those of you may know him if you knew the Eagles well, but anyway, he was a starter. His name's Trent Cole. He went to school here in Xenia. He was in my class. We did not hang out. We ran in separate circles. He was a cool guy. I was pretty much the opposite of a cool guy. I still am pretty much the opposite of a cool guy, but at least back then, or I should say at least now I can sort of kind of fake it, but back then I was just a nerdy outcast back when video games were still on the fringe rather than yet to enter the mainstream, and I did not hang out with the cool kids. But what I remember most of Trent was he played basketball when we were in 8th grade, and there was one time in one particular game when Trent got so angry with not doing his job. Like, it wasn't that he was getting screwed. It was one of those days where Trent was getting dominated on the basketball court. I mean, there's a reason he didn't get in the NBA. He got in the NFL. So he got so angry on the 8th grade basketball court that he took the basketball and slammed it so hard into the wood that it flew up all the way to the rafters, and he got a technical foul called on him. And when that happened, the 8th grade coach just did a facepalm and goes, "Oh, jeez, Trent," because you know Trent's temper was known back then. So, but we lost touch after 8th or 9th grade. I have no idea anything about him. He went to the University of Cincinnati. But we lost touch in high school. I think he was in my high school. I don't remember him being in my high school, but I'm sure he was there. I don't think he moved. And one year I was just watching the NFL draft, not really paying attention to it, just listening to it. And they're in the 5th round, the Philadelphia Eagles select Trent Cole from Xenia, Ohio. And I'm like, what? And looked, and there he was on television. And I'm like, holy shit, man. Good job. And he made it, and he did well. But he retired last year. He went to, I think he was released or they didn't re-sign him. I can't remember. But he spent like 10 years with the Eagles, and then he was either released or they just didn't re-sign him. And then he went to the Colts for 2 years, And then last year, he signed a one-day contract to retire as a Philadelphia Eagle on the year that they win the Super Bowl, which I thought was bittersweet. The Eagles should have stuck with him. He should have been part of that Super Bowl team. That would have been awesome, but it is what it is. So, of course, I was so proud of him and the fact that I went to school with him that in Madden I always traded for him, so I always stuck Trent Cole on the Steelers immediately, which was weird, but it was what it was, and that's the lovely bit about Madden. And I always wondered if he played as himself, if he played any Madden, or if he... But from what I remember, he wasn't much of a gamer, so I don't, who knows. Who knows, man? But I also didn't know him. He may have been the biggest gamer and just hit it well during school or something. I don't know. Like I said, we ran in different circles. And the last thing I'll say about Trent Cole, though, is he's a cool guy. And again, not because just I went to school with him or whatever. He has... God damn it, I need Ace. There we go. He donates a lot of the money he got from the NFL and doing other things to help Xenia and Fairborn, which is our neighboring town, which is cool. He gives his money away, and that's awesome. He's a good dude. He was even a good dude back then. He just had a temper, and whatever. Like, we were also fucking, how old were we in 8th grade? Let's see, I would have been 14. So he would have been 14. I mean, we were just hitting puberty or around puberty, and holy, god damn it, the Akamura. Thank you for reminding me you were 3 back then. So, we were all idiots and all pissy and whatever. So. College buddy of mine plays for tight end for the Bears. That's awesome. That is awesome. Like, I would love to, and I still wish I would have gone for baseball when I was in high school. Because the whole reason I never went for baseball was because I was negative about myself, like, possibly worse than I am now, maybe the same. But I just assumed I wouldn't make it, and I assumed I would suck, and I didn't even try. So I'm like, you know what? I guess I'm never going to go for baseball. Because I had no interest in playing any of the other sports. But I've always had a love for baseball, and I've been an okay second baseman the times I have played. But I never went for my varsity team. I never went for my team in 7th grade when they have to basically always pick you just out of obligation. I've got a pretty good sports IQ, so I'm hoping, or I wonder if I could have gotten somewhere. And I don't think... That does not mean I think I'm going to be the newest friggin'... I almost said Mike Trout, but he's not a second baseman. What the hell's wrong with me? Anyway, my point is I didn't think I would be a superstar or anything like that. And I don't necessarily know or believe one way or another if I would have gotten into the MLB or even a college scholarship or whatever. But, like, it's one of those things where what if? What if I had gone for it? What if I had tried? What if I had given it a shot? Because, that's the thing about giving shit like that a shot, especially if you're in school. Like, if you're interested and you can afford it, try it. Because you don't want to be 40 or whatever and look back and go, man, I should have at least tried, because it's going to burn you. Now, if you don't really care about it, then that's different. Like, for me, if I had gone for football or if I had gone for basketball, knowing who we dealt with, I'm sure I could have made the team back then, but I wouldn't have really, I spent my weekends playing video games, and I would have much rather have done that than spent my weekend playing football. But, so I don't really care. I have no regrets on that. But for baseball, I have a bit of a regret. I wish I would have tried. Whether anything would have come out of it or not, whatever. Whatever, but I wish I would have tried. And that's one of the things that keeps me motivated to do things like my book and even sometimes the channel, because I don't want to be 40 years old and going, man, I should have at least tried for the book. I should have at least tried to get it out. I should have done this. I should have done that, Let's see. Almost started catching up on the chat, but I had to quickly run the play so I didn't run out of time. You should have go to basketball. You would have done great. I don't know if I would have done all right with basketball. I have an okay basketball IQ too, but I don't know if. Yeah, and I'm too short. I mean, like, maybe in high school I could have done it. Maybe. You know what? Probably not even high school. Maybe, definitely middle school I could have done something. Basketball, I'm too short to do very well because I'm only 5'11", which, you know, that's average height. Average height of human males in America is 5'10" to 5'11". So I'm of average height, but in basketball you cannot be average height. You need to be taller. Why did I call a running play on 3rd and 5? Let's call a timeout, shall we? Let's think about that a little bit more carefully. So, catching up on the chat. Also, nerdy outcasts are awesome. Screw traditional ideas of coolness. I agree, Ryu. The whole reason I got into sports, and I know I've told the story on the channel before, but some of you will probably find it interesting. The whole reason I got into sports in the first place was because in Pennsylvania I was bullied relentlessly because I was not sports. At least in my school, which was relatively close to Pittsburgh, you either got into sports or you would get humiliated and physically abused on a daily basis. So I did, in fact, get physically abused on most days during my 3rd grade year until I sort of learned the rules of the way my school ran it. Ah! Sorry for screaming directly into the mic. I did not see that guy until he had buried me into the turf. Anyway, so then I started researching sports because I remember I did most of my research for sports with Purple Pancakes. You're buying a house? Hell yeah, congratulations. Dude, that's awesome. Because I know that's also not a cheap endeavor, so that means you've got a pretty decent job going for yourself. I'm glad, because I know you were having a time the last couple years, so it sounds like things are on their way up. That's awesome. So the whole reason I started sportsing was for survival, and I learned most of my sportsing from video games. Like, I knew the basic rules of basketball, and that was my second sports game I had bought. NBA Live 95 was the second sports game I ever bought because I knew the basics of basketball and I needed to survive, and I believe that was I don't know what. Like, obviously, I didn't buy my own games when I was that young. My mom bought those games for me, so I'm not sure why I specifically went for NBA Live 95. Maybe there was a Nintendo Power review that said how great it was, so that's what made me want to buy it. But anyway, so I bought NBA Live 95, and I taught myself the more than the basics. I remember sitting. I found a very old book in my middle school library that taught. It was a referee handbook. It was to teach the rules and everything of either the NBA or basketball in general. And for whatever reason, I rented the book from my school library. And I memorized the shit out of it, and then I even had my mom quiz me. She'd be like, "What's the signal for this?" And I did the signal. And I guess that was the first time I got a taste of being a referee. And I nailed the test my mom gave me, and we went out for Pizza Hut. Because that is what we did back then. So, and it just looked like Dupree just fisted Olsen right in his asshole. Oh, Madden, you still have your animation clipping issues. So, I learned basketball that way, and then I remember, can't remember if I went for basketball or football next, but or hockey or football is what I meant to say. I can't remember which I did next on that one, but, if in my school, in my elementary school, if you weren't a Steelers fan, you were mocked relentlessly, even by teachers. So I made myself enjoy the Steelers. Back then, actually, no. If you weren't a football fan, you were mocked relentlessly. I wouldn't say Steelers, although the Steelers were the team in that school, but they were the favored team in that school. But I remember that was around the time when Troy Aikman was dominating with the Cowboys, and it was the trio of Aikman, Emmitt Smith, and Michael Irvin, and they were freaking amazing. So I got on the bandwagon. Like, I didn't give two shits about the Dallas Cowboys, but I was like, they're winning. I'm going to cheer for them. Please don't punch me anymore while I'm trying to learn. And it worked, at least for that. Then I got Madden 96, and I started teaching myself how to football. And Madden doesn't teach you how to play, obviously, but it does teach you the rules, and I learned the rules, and I could at least keep up with some conversations, even if I didn't know who everybody was. And that kept me from getting too abused. I would say I still got abused, but it saved me a couple times being able to talk sports. So, hooray for not being emotionally abused and being punched in the stomach now and then in school when I'm trying to learn math. Let's see. KJ Friend. Who needs a house if you have a fast car? I'm in contract with Nissan, so when I finish training and start working for them, as long as I'm not a dumbass, I can pull 100K my first year. Dude, that's awesome. That's awesome. That's what I love about car companies, man. You really can't. What play are we running? Since I done fucked up. Alright. I always heard car companies paid pretty damn well. Oh, Cam Newton got buried. Play action did not fool two of the blitzers, did it? You douche. Hello, Lord of... Oh, wait, you're Alchemic Gaming. You just changed your name, I believe. Okay. Anyway. Hi, anyway, Lord of Knackle. I'm a teacher to make $32K. Indiana sucks. Well, teaching sucks as far as making money goes. You don't get into teaching if you want to become a millionaire. I'm pretty sure everybody knows that. But I agree that that definitely does suck. Hello, PC Gaming. Thank you for joining the stream. I learned about hockey playing NHL 94. Exactly. I played, I did not play an EA game to learn hockey. There was another hockey game I played. Maybe one of you guys can help me with this, because I do not remember the title of it. I do remember one of the fanciest things about it on the Super NES was it was a 3D game, and it was played from the perspective of the camera being like over the shoulder, not directly over the shoulder like a shooter, but like relatively over the shoulder. Like, it was that close to the ice. And when you turned, the entire camera, like the entire world turned. So it wasn't just like this overhead camera view, which was really cool for the Super NES. There were downsides, like the crowd wasn't rendered, and the graphics were terrible because it was a... Oh, shit. Guys, get Cam Newton, please! Oh, my God! I didn't... Was I the... Hold on. Was I the one who was marked in zone coverage? Because if I was the one who was in zone coverage, then that was my fault. Oh, yeah, I was totally in zone coverage. Oh, I just fucking left. I completely left my zone, and he took advantage of it. That was my fault. All right, anyway. Oh, it's even called two-man spy, and I did the opposite of spying. Good job, me. Way to play. Way to play football. Way to show how good you are and how qualified you are to write a strategy guide about the game. Anyway. So the hockey game I played. I didn't play NHL until 99. NHL 99 on the PlayStation 1, I believe, was... and that was an awesome game. Yeah, I'm trying to think. It was definitely an NHL game. But the camera was low, the crowd wasn't rendered. There was a season mode, but I didn't play it. I always had penalties off because I never understood offsides. There were 3 options for the penalties. You could play with penalties on, penalties off, or no penalties other than offsides. And what I wanted to do was have... I wanted an option where you could play with only offsides off, but whatever. Anyway, but yeah, I remember playing that game. I remember my best friend in Pennsylvania, and in many ways still my best friend, other than the Akamura, named Aaron, who we decided one day to see how many goals we could rack up. So he put the game on full-length 20-minute periods, pulled the opposing goal. Like, he played 2-player but didn't touch the second controller. Pulled the goalie immediately and just scored over and over and over and over and tried to see how many goals he could get before the game ran out, which was what you did when you were a bored kid in the early 90s. So I'm trying... Man, what was that game? Hold it. Okay, I'm going to look that up. I might even... Like, I've thought about... So, lately I've been a little lonely. Or not lonely. I've been a little nostalgic. And I've thought about doing a Pyro goes back to the 90s stream where I drink Mountain Dew and eat Doritos and pizza and play games from the 90s. And I think it would go over. My problem is if I do it, I'm not so sure that I'm not going to miss it harder as a result, like miss my youth harder as a result. So I'm a little afraid to do it. But anyway, my point is, if I do that, I'm going to play some King Griffey Jr.'s Winning Run. Not Winning Run. God, that game was not as good. King Griffey Jr.'s Baseball, which was the first one. And that one I actually did play a season of. Yeah, stopped you on 4th down, bitches! All right, so hold on a second. Okay, Google. Show me a list of NHL licensed games that came out for the Super Nintendo. Let's see if that works. List of ice hockey video games. Hell yeah, thank you, Wikipedia. God damn, why didn't I go to you first? All right, let's figure this out. Meanwhile, I need to get back on offense. Only 7 minutes left. To be fair, you're somewhat distracted. As a professional gamer, you have as many practice rounds as you need. That is true. 100% true. All right. God, I am more connected to Madden this year than I have... Oh! What? No, I was already down. That better get automatically challenged. I was already down. You go back to the replays on that, ref. Bell had already planted his ass in the dirt before that ball came out. Give me a booth review. You better give me a booth review. Yeah, you bet. That's right, you're giving me a booth review. All right, well, you do that. I'm going to look here. All right, Super NES. Wasn't Wayne Gretzky. NHL Stanley Cup, that was it. So easy. NHL Stanley Cup, that's what I played, I think. Oh, yeah, knee was down. The ankle was down. Elbow was practically down. Better reverse that call, you doof. Damn right I'm back on offense. All right, anyway. I'm going to pull up a screenshot, see if NHL Stanley Cup is, let's see, Stanley Cup, better known as Super Hockey. Oh, yeah, it's definitely this one. I remember the box art. NHL Stanley Cup. Game featured movement in a pseudo 3D environment using Super NES's Mode 7 hardware similar to NCAA basketball. Yes. Very, very crazy for that time to have a game that felt 3D on a 16-bit system. Super cool. We probably won't play that if I have a nostalgia day, because that game wasn't all that great, and I was terrible at it. But I want to do King Griffey Jr.'s Baseball, because, I don't know, I just want to. I want to have a nostalgia day. But, that was a bad pass. That was a dumb pass. Did we get a first down? 4th and 1. I'm going for it, because this is Madden. Probably wouldn't do this in real life. Since QB sneaks basically work 98% of the time, you'll get at least a yard or two on a QB sneak. So we're just going to go ahead and do this, and there we go, first down. Excuse me. I love my science teaching job. Pay sucks, but getting to blow stuff up with kids all day is fun. That does sound amazing. One of my favorite experiments when I was going through school was the egg drop contest. You have to build a box, and you throw the box off the roof, and if the egg survives, that's good, and if the egg doesn't survive, it's not. Mine looked like a piece of shit, but totally worked, so that's all that mattered. My idea for it was I had this weird rubber band system inside the box to suspend the egg perfectly in the center, So on impact, the egg would get to move around a little bit, but wouldn't actually contact anything. And we had like 3 tests. We had I think we had the 10-foot test, the 15-foot test, and then the throw it off the roof of the school test, which they probably wouldn't do nowadays. I passed the 10-foot test, but I did not pass the 15-foot because I did not give enough. The box was not large enough, and I made it out of flimsy cardboard. So it might have worked if I had made it out of wood, but since I made it out of flimsy cardboard, there was basically no protection on the 15-foot test. So yeah, it was what it was. Boy, this is fun. This is almost like a nostalgia day now, just telling stories of my youth and such. Get away. Oh, God damn it, Bell. Okay, you were clearly not down there. The hell are you doing dropping the ball? Yeah, you do feel ashamed of yourself. Of course, that is also partly on me. Pyro pro tip for all Madden players. When you hold R1, or I guess if you're playing on the Xbox, it'd be right bumper, the ball carrier protects the ball and has a lot smaller chance of fumbling, and I did not do that. And the game likes trying to strip you toward the end when it's losing, which is proper football strategy. So when it's late game like this, when you do a running play, you should always hold RB and hold on to the freaking ball and protect that shit. Guess what I did not do in the last play? I did not protect that shit. So Pyro pro tip, protect that shit. Hashtag protect that shit. Oh yeah, no one's weekly wisdom. Don't forget you can hit !WW to see the weekly wisdom of the week. That was redundant. The weekly wisdom of this streaming Sunday, which I remember to update. And I almost changed it. Although this week's isn't really funny. It's more just practical advice. But anyway. So, looks like we are on our way to victory here. Oh god. Yeah, we need to start running zone coverage. All I've been doing is man-to-man, and Cam Newton's been smoking us, so I need to start running zone coverages. Yeah, RD members, it's fantastic. We didn't do egg drops. We did have a tub of liquid nitrogen. We did various things. Oh, god damn it! Why? Aw, I wish I'd gone to school during your time period. You had a gamers club. That's like the thing I'm most jealous of, or envious, whatever the difference between the words are. What is the difference? Wait, really? Are you serious? Because I've never heard jealous used in that context before. So most people mean envious when they say jealous? Oh. Well. Good thing I'm not a professional writer. Anyway. Is it? Wait, what? No, I didn't comprehend what... Oh, god damn it, Cam Newton! He started to run, so I moved everyone left, and then he's like, oh, well, now that that guy's covered, I guess I'll just chuck it at him. Anyway. Yes. Uh-huh. Oh, that's cool. That ball just clipped right through the wall. Wow. I almost just called another fucking man-to-man. Alright, anyway. I wish I had you mic'd up. I think the lapel mic would actually reach that far, but you are topless, and there is nothing to clip the lapel mic to. Memba demons? Oh! Thank you for reminding me of that. Yes, Ryu requested that you dub over Memba demons for the last few cutscenes. I completely forgot he requested that, and I said I was going to talk to you about it, and I just forgot, because of course I did. Thank you for doing my job for me, Ryu. Hello, Saberblade Gaming. Leave it to Cam. Yeah, he's been it's been a pain in my ass. Like, the score is good, but I haven't been playing as well. Why are you going for a field goal? Oh, I guess to put something on the board since you're down by 24. Oh, yeah, that makes sense because you would need a field goal anyway. All right. I mean, you're not going to win since you're going to still be down by 3 scores with a minute left, but that's okay. It's fine. God, I still think the name of the old Carolina Panthers coach is my favorite name for like a what the fuck? You're not even onside kicking? Wow, you guys really are just giving up, aren't you? The old coach's name is John Fox, and I think that is one of the coolest names that has ever existed. The only thing that could be cooler is if John Fox like looked like a badass, and he may have when he was younger. Now he just looks like an old man, which we will all look like eventually. So it is what it is. Yeah, I almost said that. Ah, hold on the ball! Jesus, Bill. Nice channel, dude. Thank you, Saberblade Gaming. I do more than sports games. You should check out my playlists. And I also do stuff on Twitch, twitch.tv/PyroFalkon. And a link for that is in the video description as well. But yeah, hang around. See if you like what you see. So I hope you do. So just as a reminder for anyone new, pick him up! God, my run blockers are horrible. I mean, my offensive line is not very good at run blocking. They're good at pass blocking, not good at run blocking. Anyway, I'm going to let the clock tick out, and that will do it for the game, although I'm going to play a second game to show you guys some of the off-field features that they added for Madden 19 that I was talking about. So again, yes, this is a pre-release of Madden 19. I've got it for free from IGN Entertainment because I'm writing the strategy guide. The team rankings are up. I should put a link in the video description, or now. In fact, hold on just 2 flippin' seconds, because IGN said they were going to promote the page, and I don't know if they did or not. But if you want to know where your favorite team is ranked this year, ... Keyboard's not working. I accidentally just posted it twice. Hold on. There we go. All right, so you can follow that link I just put in the chat. It's ign.com/wiki/Madden NFL 19/team rankings, and you can see where your favorite players, or rather your favorite teams, are ranked right now. It is a partly, or the overalls are set. There is a slight problem with the list because as of now, like half the teams don't have a fullback for some reason. So I had to do some weirdness in my writing in order to compensate for that. All right, so here we are on the upgrade screen. There's a terribly rendered Anthony Chickalo. So here's what I've been talking about with the thing. So he's able to be upgraded, right? So we hit X, and now I have 4 choices. I can make him a power rusher, I can make him a run stopper, I can make him a speed rusher, or I can give him pass coverage. So whatever I pick, he gains at least 1 point in relative skills. So like at the bottom you see if we make him a power rusher, he gains skills in power, power moves, and pursuit. If we do this, run stopper, he gets points in block shedding, pursuit, and tackling. Here it's finesse moves, pursuit, and tackling. This one is zone coverage, man coverage, and pass recognition. But as you can see here, not only is power rusher his best attribute, but the little purple icon next to the overall means that's what I have for my scheme. So if my scheme was set to run stopper, then the puzzle piece would be down here. It wouldn't affect his numbers, just the puzzle piece would be down here. So I can choose to go against my own scheme and give him whatever I want, but I'm sticking with my scheme, so I'm going to give him a point in power rusher, and that is where I'll spend the skill point. So he gets up to 69 overall. He just gained 4 points of tackling. It's that easy. Some players don't like this, I'm sure. Some players are going to not like the new scheme situation. I understand. Some people are going to want more control. Personally, I am super fucking happy about it. That is by far my favorite. Ooh. I've been doing this entire stream without anything to drink. By far, that is my favorite change in Madden 19. Like, by fucking far, because I'm a franchise dude, and I love the fact that they added that. It's awesome. I would like some Kool-Aid, please. Thank you, the Akamara. Or anything. Water would be fine. To change your scheme. So here, this looks familiar to anyone who's played Madden recently. They haven't changed any of this other than sticking your coach in the background. You just go to my coach. My coach. And then you go to schemes. That's it. And then, PRC is play recognition. Thank you, Bengal. And welcome to the stream if I haven't said hi to you yet. But thank you very much. So this is where you set your schemes and your playbooks. And this is all that you have to do. Now, this is what I was lightly complaining about earlier, where I'm like, I wish that you could override things. So right now, my offensive scheme is set to spread. The Steelers default to West Coast Power Run, which is fine, I guess. And you can see the team is already built around that. Like 80% of the players have the fit to the West Coast Power Run. But I can't just say, I want West Coast Power Run, but I want a scrambler quarterback. You can't say that anymore. You used to be able to say that. Like, prior to this game, you could set what you wanted for each position, but you didn't get to see an overall picture of how it worked. Now they've simplified it. They give you less control, but they let you see the bigger picture easier. So I think it's a net positive. I just wish it allowed you to override it if you wanted to. But whatever. I'm not overly bitching about it, believe me. So what I switched the Steelers to is the spread, because it's the only offensive scheme that uses a scrambler quarterback, and that's what I prefer. And I will build the entire team around a quarterback rather than the other way around. So by switching the scheme to spread, again, it doesn't change anyone's numbers. It does not change numbers at all. All it does is it gives you a bit of organization for how to build your team up, but it does give bonus experience points to the people who do fit the scheme. Now, luckily, Ben Roethlisberger fits multiple schemes because all of his numbers are relatively close to each other, so I can fit him in any scheme. It's the rest of the team that need help. So, as you can see, my left guards and halfbacks need the most help because I only have a single player in each of those positions that fit this scheme, and that's what I will be building for this draft. I've already scouted a bunch of dudes who fit those molds. But yeah, it's that simple. That's all you have to do to switch it. And so we're going with spread. I could switch as many times as I want over the course of the year. It does not matter. So we're going to answer media question. What do you want to know, Peter Schrager, who looks like a doof? It's no secret that one of your franchise players may hang it up at the end of the season. Have you given any thought to what happens who is that? Oh, probably Roethlisberger. Free agency. No, we're not going to do it that way. Hard to imagine replacing him, but when it does happen, I think the only logical way to do so is the draft. Yes. Why would that affect my roster rating percentage per the media questions in this game in Madden have been truly terrible. That needs to be improved too. Oh, thank you. God, I needed that. All right. Advancing to next week. All right. So, we're 9-0, I think, or 8-0. We're going to get into the playoffs unless I completely drop the ball. If you have any questions about Madden 19 franchise, I'll be hanging out for a little while. All right, Bengal, I appreciate it. I guess. All right, so now that I can do scouting, I have my 175 points available, which is basically like a time block, so to speak. So you can see, again, the players who match your current scheme have that puzzle piece listed. So you can see in an instant which players to scout for and which ones you don't necessarily need to or want to scout for. So like Hudson McIntyre is probably going to go number 1 in the draft. Even though he doesn't fit my scheme, it might be worth getting him, but it's not what I want to do. So I don't want to do it. On the left side, you see what positions you need to improve the most. I need left tackles and centers badly. Defenses, but I'm scouting for them. I believe I've scouted all the left tackles and centers in the draft, at least for my current scheme. Seems... Oh, I haven't done that guy yet. Okay, well, he's garbage. Okay. I think I've done... yep, all the centers. Okay, cool. So I'm going to take just a little time and finish scouting all of my players that I started scouting. Got a nice long list of dudes here. So, got that guy, and got that guy. And you want to spend all of your points every week because otherwise you lose some. So you have to do a little bit of math. Let's see. Have I scouted fullbacks? I think I have. Yep. I'm going to scout these first two fullbacks, even though they don't match my scheme, because I need a decent fullback. And you can always build a fullback with upgrades. So, like, if we get Graham DeChristopher, which I probably am going to go for, well, lead block A-. Hot damn, I might get Carlos Swanson, actually. So we can draft Carlos Swanson, and then we can give him points in the utility archetype, and then he will eventually change his own scheme, archetype to match your scheme. So scouting based purely on scheme fit is not the best idea. Nope, it's not, but that's what I want to do. That's what I was just saying. Like, sometimes you can just look for the players you want. Sometimes you look for the whatever. It does not matter. It really doesn't. Like, that's the thing with Madden. Even relative, like, at least for blockers, you don't need the best players, and you will be okay. You're not going to be great, obviously, but you will be okay. But also, since it's looking like I'm going to have a very low draft pick, it's not worth me drafting some of these first-rounders because they won't be available by the time I get there. So, let's see. Who else are we losing? And that is something else I need to check, because we are losing a bunch of dudes after this season. We're going to be strong in middle linebacker. Let's see. We'll be losing our DT, our LE, our LG. We'll be losing a wide receiver. A lot of these guys I can just replace at free agency. We're losing... Let's see. I could improve my DT. Who's my starter? Actually, I don't remember who my starter is. Oh, load, load, load. Come on, baby. Load faster. Hargrave. I believe you still have a couple years left. Don't you? Dot, dot, dot. That's not a contract. Oh, there it is. Yeah, you've got 2 years left. Okay. Man. Like, all my starters are okay. I've just lost about 10% of my team to injury right now. Bye, Mom. Thank you for attending the stream. I hope you, I hope things go well for you. And for the cat. Alright. So my number 2 MLB sucks, but we're getting Shazier back after this year, so it doesn't matter. Left outside linebacker is, yeah, my little bit. I don't think... That's what I could do. I could try to improve my, because he's going to be the number 2. Well, we'll get him upgraded. Steven Tuitt's strong. I'm not losing... All my good I'm not losing any of my super good players. I guess I'll look for, no, I don't want to quit. Jeez. Alright. Man, this is where things get a little tough because I don't know who to look for. Let's see. Let's look at who I've scouted. So I've scouted a bunch of first-rounders, a couple second-rounders, some third-rounders, several fourths, several fifths, a few sixths, bunch of sevens, and half of them are undrafted. Okay, fair enough. So I'm going to scout for some second-round talents that match my scheme because If I don't do that, I probably won't get anybody. So let's look for second rounders. Doop, 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 doop. Okay, second rounders. Cornerback. Oh, he sucks. All right. Probably won't need a wide receiver, so that's not worth it. Might need a DT. All right, let's get him checked. And I screwed something up here. Oh, we've got a few. Dontravius Chapman? Well, there's a name. Oh, shit. No. I am going to be able to do this and spend all my points. Hooray. Okay. And a right end. Sure, why not? Gotcha. Okay. Cool. So those are all my points spent. Now we're going to go in here. We're going to get Shazier assigned. Salary and length are great, but the bonus could be better. Fine. Have a 2.05 million bonus. Are you happy with that? Shazier? Can you improve the Are you serious? God damn it, man. How much money do you want from me? Ah. What, the Akamura? Wow. I am not going to repeat that joke. That is too dark, but really funny. That was really funny. And one of the darkest jokes I've heard in a while. Jesus Christ. All right, so we'll keep negotiating with him. I can't afford friggin' Le'Veon Bell because when you... So what's going on here is you have to spend your company's money on signing bonuses. You can see in the very top right corner how much money I have. I have 16.3 million, which in an NFL franchise isn't all that much money. So I can afford Shazier's signing bonus since he wants 10.6 mil, even though I keep upping it. But I cannot afford Le'Veon Bell's signing bonus. So what I'm probably going to do is franchise tag his ass after the season, because I'm not going to save up money just to sign Le'Veon Bell when I can franchise tag his ass. And for those who are not NFL people, that means you basically, you retain the rights to the player, but you are forced to pay him an obnoxiously high salary for 1 year, and he can't go out to any other team. But you can only do that to one player per year. But I can't afford Le'Veon Bell any other way, and I don't want to lose him to another team, so I'm just going to franchise tag his ass and be done with it, because I'd be paying him a ton of cash anyway. All right, Jags. You are good at 50-50 split pretty much. You run slightly more often. Outside zone. No, we don't need outside run defense. I'm going to cover two-man this shit. Okay. And then, did it? What is your worst joke, the Akamura? Just don't say it into the microphone. You can just tell me what your terrible joke is. What is your terrible joke? That barely applies. That's not even a joke. That's just a reference. That's a Family Guy joke. Yeah, I know. It's fine. You just keep being you.
Well, don't tell me that, because I make horrible jokes.
You do make horrible jokes. Oh, another thing they changed in Madden that I did not mention is that they have made the sprint button or acceleration button or whatever the crap they're calling it this year, the first step button. I don't even know what the hell they're talking or what they call it anymore. But anyway, the point is they've made that button a little more weird. So like, and what reminded me of it was the fact that oh god damn. What reminded me of it was that tutorial tip that just popped up. So basically when you hit the sprint button, you get a bigger boost for a moment, but you can't turn worth shit. Like, especially if you have an elusive back, that's important. Like, you need to lay off your running stick, your sprint stick as much as possible. You basically do not want to hit sprint until you see daylight and you're ready to go fast. And that's difficult for people like me who've been playing since Madden 96, who want to hold sprint constantly all the time because that's the way we used to do things back in the day before they added physics and cuts, like legit real cuts. And, you know, it's something to get used to. And as I'm getting used to it, I'm playing much better, too. My preseason games were abysmal, and partly that was due to the fact that I didn't know how to correctly run. And that's why that drill that I just did was a silver medal forever, and I just aced it with basically no problems. Like, you have to learn how to do that. You have to learn how to lay off your acceleration button until you are absolutely ready to hit it. I would argue that people... Oh, hello, Brainwash610. Thank you for joining the stream, and greetings from Germany. Hello, Germany. I don't think I've had any German viewers before that have said hi, so that's awesome. So, oh yeah, the reason we're boosting Joshua Dobbs here, by the way, since he clearly kind of sucks, is he's probably going to be the next quarterback of the Steelers if Roethlisberger retires this year, unless I get a damn good draft. I've also got a dude named Troy Knight, who I don't know who that is. But he was a free agent scrambler, and I'm like, well, I need a scrambler, so that's who I'm getting. So for the... is it Troy Knight? It's T Knight. I hope it's Troy. Trevor. Sorry, Trevor Knight. I apologize, Trevor Knight. It's Trevor Knight. Don't know who he is, but he's a scrambler, and that's all I need to worry about. And Joshua Dobbs is also a scrambler. Hey, now he's a 70 too. He's getting up there in points. You go, Joshua Dobbs. Because Roethlisberger probably is going to retire after this year because he's been going 14 years. Usually in Madden, players will retire after 15 years. It's not a guarantee, but it often happens. So, anybody. Who's returning from injury? Oh, Stephen Tuitt. Hell yeah. Yes, and he is now the starter. Okay, great. Why would Chicolo be number 3 in the draft? The thing for a fucking... No. No. Linebackers do not go on the line. So says Pyro, who is a very everything in its place and a place for everything kind of guy. All right. Play the season game. 4-4-1 is the Jaguars. Well, they're about to be 4-5-1. Anywho, so yeah. So long story short, with Madden 19, one of my favorite Maddens of all time. Don't know if it's better than 05. I'm biased, so whatever. But and I did get the game for free, so it is what it is. But it's super awesome. I really enjoy it. So I am looking forward to finishing up the strategy guide. I need to get some work done. Yesterday we were scheduled to record, and the Akamura got very distracted, and she had even forgotten we were going to record. So I basically lost all of yesterday as far as getting any work done. But I had a lot of fun with Kerbal Space Program. So what? Don't apologize. You're fine. Had a lot of fun with Kerbal Space Program. Almost landed on the moon, Mun, whatever, and the Min. Yep. So that was a lot of fun. But I am in a sports mood. What? Minmus. Yep, Minmus. I thought it was Mini-Miss, but there's no second I. It's just Minmus. But yes, we flew by Minmus, got a bunch of science, even had we orbited Minmus and came back on a return trip, and everyone survived. And then we almost killed Valentina at one point, but she survived. So that's the only Kerbal that matters. So that's fine. Oh! Oh, must suck for you, buddy. 2K5 is the best. I've never played any of the 2K football games. I always heard the 2K5 was super good, but I never played them, and I always wanted to. When I was a kid, I was a very brand kind of person. Like, I was the type of guy that corporations loved as a teenager because I was Team Nintendo, and I was Team EA, and I was completely got fooled on that. And I was, Like, I had my regular things. We had a Blockbuster video and a family video, and I never went to family video because I was a Blockbuster video guy. Yeah, and now only Family Guy video, Jesus. Only family video exists in Xenia. But anyway, so because of that, I was like, I'm not playing fucking 2K5 because even if it's supposedly better, I'm a Madden guy. I stick with Madden. And I'll never touch a Sega Genesis because I'm a Nintendo guy. And that was stupid. And not true. I wound up owning a Sega Genesis for 5 minutes anyway, so whatever. But, yeah, I never played any of the 2K games, but they had to have been good if EA was so paranoid about it that they bought the NFL license. Like, that's why that whole fight started back then, because EA got paranoid that everyone was turning away from Madden, and rather than try to make Madden better, they would like, well, let's just eliminate the competition. So they did. So, yes, actually, that's why Madden is like it. The Akamura just said John Madden was the first to call EA on their bullshit of it's in the game, and that is true. When Madden, the game, was first pitched, John Madden, the coach, said, yes, I will lend my name and likeness to the game. And then EA's like, cool, we're going to make it a 7-on-7 kind of street game, sort of like an arena football game. And John Madden was like, wait, that's stupid. I'm only going to lend my name to Authentic Football. And they're like, but John, the technology does not exist right now to have a full 11-on-11 set of people on a 100-yard field. And John Madden said, well, then you're not getting my name. So EA figured that shit out. And the first John Madden Football was the first football video game that had 11-on-11, which was cool. Obviously. Oh, god damn it. Whoa, that was lucky. Whoo, boy, that was super lucky, because that was absolutely a touchdown. All right, let's call a zone defense now, shall we? Get a little safety help up there. Jesus Christ. So anyway, yes, John Madden was the first to be like, hey... Actually, I think it went the other way. Like, I think what happened was EA was inspired to try to be authentic at that point. And then that's when they came up with, if it's in the game, it's in the game. And I would argue technology-wise, they tried to stick with that until probably the mid-90s, maybe late 90s. That's when they started getting a little ridiculous. Even though I love Madden, it's pretty much copy and paste. Yeah, like, if you guys didn't know, if I didn't show you the title screen or whatever, like, if you guys just saw this, you could think this was Madden even 17. Like, there's a YouTuber whose name I don't remember, and he's not watching anyway because he's too big for small-timers like me, and I apologize anyway. I don't remember your name, sir, even though you're never going to hear these words. But he was talking about his channel is all about Madden. He's a professional Madden player, like legit, I believe. And he was saying that a lot of fans have apparently bitched about the scoreboard because the scoreboard hasn't changed for 4 or 5 games now. That ticker at the top, it's just the same. And apparently EA is surprised that people are bitching about the scoreboard not changing, but they are surprised. And obviously nothing has changed this year. But if enough people are bitching about the scoreboard, and of course next year will be Madden 20, which is a nice round number, and EA tends to do some nifty features during nice round numbers. So maybe we'll have a new scoreboard next year, which I'm not going to give 2 shits about, but apparently it's important to some players, and, you know, whatever works for them. But yeah, I never played 2K5. For those of you who did play 2K5, Saber, was franchise mode good? Like, was it feature rich? Did it have drafts and trading and all that? Was there a franchise mode, or was there just was it just a season mode? Like I remember seeing that the game was better. Most people, I believe, thought that 2K's gameplay was better, but I don't know about its feature set. Because again, I was a brand guy, so I'm like, I don't fucking care about 2K. I'm not gonna read anything about it. All I care about is Madden. Yep, I went meh, and to the ridiculousness of future me, which is now present me, but it is what it is. We have all done very stupid things in our past that we do not like about ourselves. Whoops. I need wing stack, because I want Steelers drive. Steeler drive, rather. But yeah, Madden, why is the pre-play thing on the other side now? I intentionally moved my chat box so it wouldn't cover it up. Oh, whatever. Oh, maybe it's because I'm on offense and I first noticed that on defense? Something like that. Juju! Who's hurt? Okay, I was ranting about this 2 days ago. They do not show who gets injured most of the time now. And that drives me up a freaking wall because I don't know which team it is, first of all. And if it's on my team, I don't know if it's an important player. There were many times where I was like, who got hurt? And I only realized who got hurt later, and I am going to run out of time? No, I'm not. So, franchise mode was more like Madden 12 in 2K5. Ooh! Was that the Madden where the AI would actually initiate trades with you? I know it was around that time. Like, my favorite franchise mode in any Madden was either 10, 11, or 12, and I don't remember which. Wait, was it? I think it was 10 or 11 or... I think it was 10, 11, or 12 was my favorite franchise mode. Although 05 was a close second. It's been a while, though. It's been a long while. Plus, I always felt better with an Xbox controller anyway, and I know I would have played it on the 360 because I didn't really have my PS3 for very long. So, okay. But no, I guess I would need details because nothing's really clicking right now. But I think that was around the years that I really liked franchise. I cannot remember. We're gonna Octopath Traveler. Oh god! Oh god! Oh god! Oh god! Oh god! Ha 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 ha! Yeah, suck it, Jacksonville. What? What? That's more of a Bengals joke, the Akamura. Remember, Bengals are the only team that has more arrests than touchdowns. Oh yeah, Jacksonville is from Florida. They probably have pet gators and constantly vote for... Never mind. Never mind. Don't get into politics, Pyro. The AI did do trades. Okay, that's cool. Like, that's one thing that that franchise mode totally lacks. I mean, you have the trade block, which is great. So you can see, you know, what players other teams don't want. But, man, it's silly not to have the AI do trade negotiations unless it's just that hard to program or something. I mean, shit, even in Football Manager, which is about soccer, you know, association football, not American football, if the AI does trades, they do dumb trades, but at least they initiate trades. Oh, Stevenson. Oh, Stevenson. I have one money play, and I'm still waiting for the AI to figure out how to stop me with it. But that play art right there is my money play. It's a vertical with a hot route on Bell. So, your mileage may vary, but if you play Madden, that might be a money play for you. And usually it's only Brown or Bell that I throw to. The others don't even matter. The others do not even matter. But yeah, that's awesome. Like, if I could go back in time... I mean, I have a PS2. Wasn't 2K5 on the PS2? Pretty sure it's on the PS2. So I could find an old copy, maybe, if they weren't crazy, stupid, expensive, which they might be, since it was the last 2K football game. I do like that 2K tapped out of doing baseball games, especially after their ridiculousness of a particular comment. For those who don't know, the last time 2K did a baseball game, which I believe was 2K13. God damn, Bell. I believe 2K... Oh, I hit up on the stick, so they're gonna... What the fuck are you guys doing? You shot a free throw? You shot a free throw. Okay. All right. Boy, team celebrations are weird. All right. Anyway, so the last time 2K Sports put out a baseball game was 2K13, and people were bitching that there was some weird balance issues with stealing bases. And 2K's response, and I'm not making this up, is it's very hard to program. So it's like, okay, when a fundamental part of the sport is not working correctly, and it has been done in sports video games for literal decades, you don't get to, and you are a multi-million, possibly hundreds of millions dollar company, you don't get to say it's too hard as the excuse for why you did not program it. It does not fly. Nobody bought that shit, and 2K quickly tapped out after that, and now the only baseball game in town is on Sony's The Show series, which is fine by me because The Show is an awesome baseball game. Is that a read option? Whatever was it? Sure didn't work. Oh, I'm in such a sports mood. I don't know why I'm in a sports mood. I just have been. I don't know why I'm even making excuses for it. I'm in a sports mood. Ha ha ha. And it has been a good day, especially since I get to teach the Akamura sports. I still want to get back into officiate. Ah! I think he got it. Yep, he got it. Ah, come on, guys. I miss officiating really bad. I was only a middle school official for football and baseball. I think I did one varsity game for baseball, and that's all I've done. Because I don't look like an official, apparently. I'm not only too young, but I have long hair, and that's not professional enough, apparently. So I'm not allowed to do varsity games because I have to cut my hair and look and be clean shaven basically 24/7, and then I will be allowed to officiate. Ooh, do I want the down or do I want the yards? Because they've been beating me long. I'm going to decline that. I'd rather have the down. I would rather take the down. God damn it to it! All right, just stay out. Just stay out until you're 100% since you just got back from injury. So, yeah, I would, I miss officiating really badly because I may not be an athlete, but it kept me somewhat close to the sport, and doing all of the work that I do, and even back then, doing all the work that I do keeps me inside. You know, for 8 years I was a bicycle assembler at Walmart, and I had no windows. There would be days when I didn't see the sun because I would go to work too early and leave too late, and I would not get to see the sun at all during the day, and that shit had to stop, and I fucked up the coverage on that one. That was on me because I got antsy and assumed he was going to run, and I left my receiver. So, yeah, I miss officiating because I got sunshine and fresh air, and I got to run and not look like a criminal, and it was fantastic, and I desperately miss it. And I made okay money from it too. So, I'm going. As many of you know, I am going for a conventional job soon because we are running out of funds to keep doing YouTube full time, which is fine. I calculated out that possibility, and I knew there was a very high chance it would happen, and it has happened, so whatever. But as a result, I'm going to try to start getting into a particular career where I will get some decent income, and then maybe I can get back into officiating because I'll be able to afford the classes and afford the equipment, and
you know, it would be cool. I might have to step away from the channel for a bit if or when I do that, but we will burn that bridge when we get there. Because there is no reason to worry about things that have not yet transpired, right? Right. I just realized the Akamura left the room. Because she asked for the Switch. She grabbed the Switch. I thought she was going to take it back to the couch. Apparently, she took it to the bedroom. So she is not here anymore. That's okay. But we will call the end of the stream after this game, win or lose. Although I do need to scout players and do all that stuff, because if I don't do that before I end the stream, I am absolutely going to forget to do it. So then we can... I'll look at the clock and see if I can afford an after party, because I really need to get back to work on the guide, but... Is that holding? Sure was. I'll push him back. I'll push him back. I'd rather it be 2nd and 18 than... no, never mind. I'll take the down. I would rather take the down, because I think I can stop him here. Assuming I don't lose my mind and release my... I'll just blitz this time. Fair enough. Ugh. So he definitely didn't get a first down. I don't know what that call was. There have been a lot of holding calls. Yep, another holding call. Holy crap. Jeez, Jags. Can you not play defense? Can you not block if you're without breaking the rules? That's sad. Even when you are calling holds, it's better for me not to even friggin' take the penalties. Jeez. All right. At least you're on the board. Good for you, Florida. Good for you. Good for Bortles. All right. That's such a great name. I mean, he probably got a lot of shit in school for... Well, actually, he probably didn't. This is a fun word to say. Bortles. I forget his first name, too. Isn't it Nick? No, I'm thinking of Nick Foles. Jeez, man. I'm getting my people mixed up. That's another thing that Madden helped me with. Or all sports games for that matter. Like, back when I was a kid, I didn't know anybody who wasn't, like, top of the list because I didn't sports. So, even though I was a Bulls fan, and that was a bandwagon I hopped on too, but I just never got off of it. Even once the team started sucking. I knew who Michael Jordan was, but I didn't know who Scottie Pippen was. I didn't know who Dennis Rodman was. I didn't know who Tony Kukoc was. You know, like, I didn't know any of those guys other than Michael Jordan. And playing the video games taught me that they exist, which is nice. You know, you get to learn the people very quickly when you are working with them, and you grow attached to them. And you want to make sure that they actually do their jobs, or you fire them. Even if the conversation... That's dangerous. Even if the conversation is basically like, oh, I remember that guy. He was terrible in my game, you know. Again, I should have thrown the triangle, but by the time I was like, hey, he's open, my thumb's like, are you sure? And then by the time my brain was like, yes, I'm sure, at that point it was too late, and he was covered, and so I had to force the pass elsewhere, even though I could have not done that. So it's my terrible quarterbacking that is causing most of my problems. Oh, I need to learn. I need to do the drills. I need to do something to remind myself how to play quarterback. All right. Wait, did they? Ah, shit. Ah, come on. Oh, their blocking was too good on that one. Let's go, Pittsburgh. What are you doing? You're making the Jaguars look competent. We can't have that. I'm not really even... Like, part of the reason I'm thinking about no after party is because, like, I'm not even in the mood to play anything else. I just want to get work done, especially since yesterday was such a lost day. If I had gotten a lot of work done yesterday, which I should have, it'd be different, and I'd be more willing to do an after party. I'd be like, yeah, after party, hell yeah. I deserve the break, but, you know, I got work to do, so, I don't know. Flag. Is one of us offsides? That's the only reason a flag should be thrown that quick. Yep, one of us was offsides, probably me. It's alright, TJ.
Still first down.
It's alright, TJ. Tomlin, fucking relax. It happens. It's football. You don't have to freak out over every little penalty. Oof. Man, we are not able to contain their pass defense today. Well, I mean, I guess it's been more like a 50-50 shot. Like, we've managed to defend some passes, but not all their passes. They're very inconsistent. That one we well defended. Bortles got buried. Buried Bortles. Good job, Dupree. 2-minute warning already. Man, this game's gone fast. All right. I generally do not like cover sixes, but I have to abandon my current plan because they're kicking our ass a little oh, shit. On zone. Well, that's good. I don't mind giving up the completion as long as they're not giving up touchdowns. Holy crap. Okay. Doop-a-doop-a-doo. Outside linebacker blitz. So we'll be giving up... Yeah, most of the field is covered other than the very top center. So hopefully no one tries to run that direction. And someone ran that direction. God damn it! They split my defense exactly how I didn't want them to split it. Yup, they called the perfect play to get between my safeties, because both safeties had to cover receivers. Oh, this is what I get for trash talking Florida. I'm sorry, your Gators are awesome and your women are usually lovely. The ones who visit from for spring break anyway. Well, at least I've got my... Can linebackers jump 30 feet and intercept the ball, or is it okay to sometimes pass in that direction? Sort of. Oh, also, hello, Adam Johnson. Thank you for joining the stream. The main problem with Madden this year, I don't know what difficulty you play on. I play on All Pro, and at least in my experience, other than this money play I've got, if there's any contact with a receiver when he is in the act of catching, he will drop the ball. So that is one of the very few times that play has been defended. Very few times. Anyway, so if a linebacker is up in your receiver's grill, I would say that there's greater chance he's going to dislodge the ball on the completion than there is that he's going to, like that, dislodge the ball on completion and turn it into an incompletion rather than block the pass or tip the pass, I would say. But so far, I'm finding the game relatively fair. I say relative, though. Oh, shit. Wrong person to throw to. AB still had his hands on it. I meant to throw it to Bell. God damn it. I am such a terrible quarterback. It's unreal. All right. Anyway. Yup, that was scripted. So, I don't know if you guys know this. So, like, hold on. I can't do it. So, if you look at the punt animation side by side with a punt that's blocked, like, then it's obvious that it's scripted, which is unfortunate. See that stutter step? Like in normal punts, the punter will not do that stutter step. Oh, he fumbled the snap. I still don't know if that's an animation glitch or if that's the way it's supposed to go. But the way he kind of fumbled the snap there, that means it's going to be blocked. Like, that guarantees your kick is going to be blocked. People much smarter than me first noticed Madden doing that in Madden 16, I think, that when they decide to script block kicks and that kind of thing, like, that's what you're going to get. You're going to get some weird animation glitches. And that, or not even a glitch, it's like, it's a weird animation appearance, and that is what it is for. It is intentionally making the animation take a bit longer, so it ensures that whatever the game decided to do executes correctly. And it's very infuriating. I really wish that EA Sports would stop doing that. They've done it in FIFA. Yes! Good job, Hayden! About friggin' time we actually did something on defense. But yeah, they've done it in FIFA. People have bitched about it in FIFA for justifiably so. That having any sort of scripting at all in sports games is insulting and infuriating. This is not Mario Kart. They should not do that unless they are making an arcade game. If you want to make an arcade sports game and throw a bunch of rubber banding AI in there, fair enough. It's an arcade sports game. But if you're trying to make your sports game into an actual simulation contender, then fucking leave that shit out of it, because that was dangerous. Because, you know, don't do that. Because unless you're in the NBA, your real sports don't get rigged every 5 seconds. But, chess. Anyway, the point is, don't do that shit. And it's EA does it for drama. They're like, we want to recreate the drama that's in sports. But it's like, if you're programming your game correctly, you're going to have that drama anyway, because that's what sports is. When you have competition, you are going to have the games that are blowouts, but you're going to have the games that are close. You're going to have the games that are where there's a dramatic last second something or other. I have got to stop throwing to Brown in that situation. I'm trying to thread that needle, and it's just not happening. And one of these days, if I thread the needle too hard, that is going to be picked off. Holy tits. All right, let's try this again. I at least want to get 3 on the board, if not a TD. That's good. Timeout, timeout, timeout. Timeout, game! Jesus Christ! 5 seconds. Do I have enough time for a shot at the end zone? I probably don't. I probably need to throw a... Yeah, I just need to do a field goal. I don't think 5 seconds is long enough, even with timeouts. All right. We got this. Just be accurate. It's up, and it is right down the center. Okay, tied up the game with 1 second left to play. One of my better points of Madden is I'm good at clock management, so I know that I will be okay as long as I don't return this kick for a touchdown. And the kicker makes the tackle. Hoorah. All right, now we get the ball back, because now it's the second half. Oh, the game mocks you more for skipping the halftime show, which I find hilarious. I shouldn't say it mocks you. It lightly pokes fun at the fact that you are skipping the halftime shows. I like it. Like when they'll be like, all right, so that's the end of the first half, and here's some of the highlights. And then you hit the button to skip. It's like, oh, well, okay, I guess someone's impatient. Here we go with the second half. And you just go right into it. It's really funny. in at least Madden 17, the only one they mocked you for was the Super Bowl, and so I'm kind of glad to see that they've expanded that to other situations, because I find it hilarious. Hello, Chibi Girl. Thank you for joining the stream, and I don't know why your head tilting. Is it because you do not know the footballs, which is totally okay? Like, that's the thing. Like, maybe it's not so... Maybe it's not so weird anymore, but when I was younger, like, you sort of picked a side. You were either a nerd or a sports guy, and only very recently has the two worlds met. So, like, it was very strange to a lot of people that I could name the starting lineups of a few different NBA teams that I gave a shit about, but I could also do well in Mario. Like, that blew people's fucking minds. It's amazing that people can have multiple interests that they enjoyed. Hand-Egg Football Anime Edition. That would be awesome. They tried that with, what was it, NFL Street, which was not a good game, but they tried, and, you know, can't hurt them for trying. They did shit in NFL Street where, like, you would... It always took place in an alley, so there were, like... You could chuck the ball off the wall and make a reception that way and, like, avoid a tackler by doing a ninja run on the wall. It was the most ridiculous shit. Because what EA was trying to do was they were trying to make something that would be the NFL version of NBA Jam, and it kind of worked, but it mostly didn't, and part of it is because football is just not played that way. They did Soccer Street. I think that it was FIFA Street, and that worked a little better because in real life, like, kids play soccer all the time in alleys or, you know, in the streets or just wherever, because soccer, all you need is a ball and you need something to mark the goal. And that can be trash cans, it can be cones, it can be sticks, you know, anything. All you need is just a ball and people and something to mark the goal. So it sort of kind of worked. It still wasn't good. It was definitely not good, but it was okay. And then NFL Street tried to recapture the magic, and it was less okay. It was, I don't know. From the... I never touched it, so I can't really speak to the... What the fuck? Why did you fake the... Roethlisberger, I am going to kick your ass after this game. What the hell's wrong with you? Me and my dad just screamed Hail Mary that SOB a lot. The Jaguars aren't really kicking my ass. You're not very good at trash talk, TC. I know you're trying to get my goat and trying to disrupt me, but you're kind of mistiming it a lot. Because you can't really tell me the Jags are kicking my ass if it's tied 10-10. So... It's just not working for you, buddy. You got to get back to your trash talk school. Anyway, so... Oh, shit. So... But yeah, NFL Street and FIFA Street were things. They existed. I never played them, but I heard they were different. So, for better or worse. Let's see. Let's do Silver Shoe Pinch so we got an outside linebacker doing the blitz. All right. But, yeah. But that's how I used to play Madden back when I was angry and reset the game every time I was losing, which is a true story. Like, I was very, I was not able to lose well. I still can't in some respects, but I generally try. I unfortunately don't pass this test all the time, but I try not to reset a game just because I am losing. I have reset games before where I lose due to bugs, because I'm like, that's not my fault. But, like, oh, shit. God damn it. Like, I had the defense on that one. Bostic's just slow as fuck. Oh, they do a lot of quick passes. I was not defending quick passes. Like, when we set our game plan for today, I did not do quick passes. I was worried about deep passes and blitzing. And I'm going to have to kind of change my strategy on the fly for that because this is not quite working out. Bortles made some sort of adjustment at halftime. Oh, shit. Who blew their coverage on that? God damn it. Oh, my God. Anyway, yeah, back in Madden 96, I would always do Hail Marys, and if I didn't win, I'd reset, and I rarely let games go to completion. It's like if I'm losing by 1 score, or especially 2 scores, I would just immediately reset. I did that with Ken Griffey Jr., you know, any sports game that I needed to win, so I would reset and do whatever I needed to do. All right, let's get an extra DB in there. Man, I cannot believe 3 deep? Really? Now if they run, I'm pretty dicked, so I have to be very careful. They are not running. But they are doing more quick passes. Like, I can't... They're cuts. Like, Bortles is doing a perfect job of when he's throwing those passes. He throws the passes. I have an abdominal tear. Great. I have 2 players who are now out for injury. Oh. This is not good. I might get my first loss of the season. Like, right now we're tied, but the Jags are definitely marching downfield. Well, that stopped quick. I haven't played Madden since 16, took a break, but it's become more fluid. Has it become more fluid, if that makes sense? I think so. I believe it's more fluid. I find a lot of fluidity, and I talked about this earlier, by not touching the stick, because one of the things the Madden did really well this year is your runners know how to move very little direction on their own. So, like, if you're running, if you call a running play and you hit the hole, if you hit a gap, if you're not touching the acceleration button, like R2 or right trigger, depending on which console you're playing on, if you don't hit that and you just hold up, your player is generally smart enough to, like, if he hits an offensive lineman, he's smart enough to move a little bit out of the way. You're still punished for it in the sense that, like, he slows down as he changes his motion, changes his step. But, which is good. That's correct. Like, if you're controlling the runner and you whack into one of your own dudes, like, you should be punished for that in the sense that, you know, you made a mistake. But it's not like you run in place. Like, your character hits the dude, but he's smart enough to make a very tiny adjustment with his body to get around the line and then hit a gap. And that is slightly dependent on your player's quality, because with the Steelers, I've got Le'Veon Bell, and he's good at that. Whereas in my Madden Ultimate team, I don't even know who my running back is, but he's rated like a 64 overall, and believe me, he does not know how to juke or pretty much run in the correct direction I want him to run in. So, I feel it's more fluid. Certainly, like, I've owned and played Madden 16 and 17. I wrote the strategy guide for 16. I did not write the guide for 17, but I own it and played it. And 19 definitely feels better. I didn't play 18. I tend to skip even years nowadays if I'm not paid for it. But it feels good. Like, the Madden feels as good as it has in a long time. Definitely during the run game. You're punished a little bit harder on higher difficulty levels, obviously. I play on All-Pro, so I tend to get punished a little bit harder. Even Le'Veon Bell can't usually break out of tackles, and he tends to go down if someone sneezes on him, if I don't juke him out of their shoes. But, whatever. The AI does cheat on animations a little bit as you get higher in difficulty levels, which can work against you or for you. But I don't know if you saw that last play. The defender had an animation cheat, and you can definitely see it when you throw deep passes. There are a lot of animation cheats when you throw deep slants, especially. And that, again, sometimes it's for the offense, sometimes it's for the defense. I don't know if it's 50-50. I haven't really been paying attention, to be honest. But it's all right. It's the best Madden I've played in a long time. But I also am biased because I didn't pay for it. So, you know, I got the game for free. I am losing TC, but I've got the ball and there's a quarter left to play. So, again, you got to work on your trash talk because you can't disrupt me like that. So, you can try to disrupt me as much as you want, TC. You're not going to have that effect. If I'm going to lose, I'm going to lose because I lost, not because someone talked me into losing. That was dangerous. If I had thrown immediately, I think that would have been a touchdown. But again, I hesitated, and again, I paid for it. The skills trainer is a very good place to go, and it's available from the main menu to train. Like it literally is a skills trainer. It teaches you how to play Madden, and it is very useful. And I have been thinking about going into the quarterback part of the skills trainer and playing that for about an hour. Legit an hour to... Whoops, didn't mean to pick that play again. Let's go with that one. Except, Bell, why don't you curl rather than... Yeah, there we go. All right. And that is why we set Bell to curl. Good job, buddy. Exactly, Ryu. If you nuke the field, I'm sure that will disrupt me. I mean, at that point, I won't be able to know where the 20 is because there is no 20, because there is no field, because there is no stadium. But, you know. Oh, that's cute. I didn't know Jacksonville had that little field hash mark thing going on to their tunnel. Oh, god damn it. Man, our run blocking is not good. That's something I need to fix in the draft. And these short yardage situations, I always have trouble with short yardage situations like this. It's always very... I don't have enough faith in my personal passing, and I don't have enough faith in my run blocking. So all of this is just bad for me. Yep. They just let that guy go. Use half-naked ladies to distract the players. No, nothing better than a BJ while playing Madden? Jesus Christ! That's some hardcore shit, JCZ Vergudo. Thank you for joining the stream. I would say that would disrupt me, yeah. If I was getting a hot beach while trying to play the game, I'm pretty sure I would not be playing to my best ability. If I went with the whole swordfish thing, I highly doubt I would be able to play well. Alright. Touchdown. We'll do another stupid fucking team celebration. Yeah, you guys do the whatever. Ben Roethlisberger would never be caught dead doing something that stupid. Anyway. I did do that once, by the way. That's a story I probably shouldn't tell. But fuck it, now that I've offered that much. I did get a beach while playing with someone. Like, we were... I'm not going to say who, and I'm not going to say who was involved, and I'm not going to say what game it was, because that will probably give away who it was to. But I decided to test that kink out with a particular romantic partner I have or had at one point. No spoilers on that person's name either. But we decided to try out that kink while I was playing a game with a friend of mine over Xbox Live. We were playing a game, and we both had headsets on. And since it was Xbox, there was a switch on the headset that you could turn off the headset or mute it, you know. So when I had to say something to respond to the way that we were playing the game, I would turn on my headset, and otherwise I had it muted. And that was interesting. And I did not play to the best of my ability that day. Which was fine, because especially since I didn't like the game that much. But I always felt a little weird about it later because, well, I felt weird about it because as much as I want to pretend I have kinks, and I guess I have kinks, I'm also a coward who does not act on those kinks very often, even though my kinks are about as vanilla as it gets. But that was a fun memory and a fun moment. All right. Ah, shit. Let's see. Great strategy. Dance around like idiots to make the enemy put down their guard. Yeah. No, that was totally what we were doing, Ryu. 100% that's what we were doing. Brainwashed as Ben says never do the celebration. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Ben, never do the celebration. Of course, we should do the... Who was it? Adam Grammatica? Was that his name? I know I'm not mixing up with Adam Vinatieri, but I might be mixing up his first name. It's something Grammatica. Bill Grammatica? One of the Grammatica brothers celebrated his first field goal of the game. It only put him up 3-0 in the first quarter, and he did this massive jump and fist pump and then landed on his knee and tore his MCL and was out for like 6 months or something like that. Most of you guys probably remember the story. It's because that's probably been a decade at this point. Good God. Anyway, and then there was an MLB player who hit a walk-off home run, jumped on the home plate rather than stepped on it, and that tore his MCL or ACL, and that he was done for the season. Like, there's so many dumb injuries for that shit. Well, that's a pickoff. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Bortles. Oh, God. Go this way. Bortles with the tackle. How'd that feel, Bortles? Good job, Bortles. All right. And now we get back to our original game plan, which is to run, run, run. But we're not going to run to the right because that would not be good. We're going to run left. Pick him up. There you go. That's how to do a run block scheme, guys. Jeez. You want to, do that more often? Because that'd be cool. All right. I'm not going to chew the clock, though, because there's too much football left to play. So we're going to try to score some points here. We're going to try to score a touchdown rather than just, yeah. All right, let me pause real quick. For those of you who are planning on buying Madden 19, I want to demonstrate what I was just talking about the sprint button. So, right there, I decided to hit the sprint button, which was incredibly stupid. What I should have done was not hit the sprint button and then either run left around 85 or try to hit the gap between 69 and 85. If you don't hit the sprint button, your cuts are very, very, very sharp this year. And the AI is smart enough to know whether to actually turn the player, like in this case, Le'Veon Bell, whether to turn him or whether to just make him do a small sidestep. I have never seen the game make an incorrect choice thus far with those decisions. Instead, what I did was I hit the sprint button, which commits me to the direction I'm facing, so that committed me to going at least somewhat forward. So then when I hit left, I just hit left directly into their defender. That's why I went down. So you need to not press the acceleration button for as long as possible in this year's Madden, and you will do much better. It mainly helps elusive backs and one-cut backs. Power backs don't get much help, but it's still... even power backs will go down more often if you are sprinting than if you stay off the sprint button and just try to maneuver around. So that is a Pyro pro tip. They did a good job with that this year, IMO, and it gives the running game a little bit more strategy to it, I guess. Because when I played my preseason games, I was still playing like the old days, and Bell was going down within 5 yards every single time I did anything. And I was like, holy shit, running is now broken. But it's not broken, it was because I was controlling it badly. So there we go. And now I'm going to have to leave this to my defense because we are too far for a field goal and too far to go for it on fourth. And hopefully the defense can make another good stop in, yep. And that did not coffin corner. Nope, that went into the end zone. So that was only a 21-yard punt. Ugh. Okay, and then comparing animations to earlier, check out how he gets the ball this time. Boop, right to him, and then he immediately starts his animation. That is a correct punt. There was no bobble, it went right to his hands. So I don't know if my blocked punt from earlier was scripted in the sense that the game just decided that's what it wanted to do at that moment, or if I just or if there is actually this a system for bad snaps and such. I don't know. I don't know how the game is programmed. But it seems that the scripting is a lot less this year, at least from my judgment, because back in Madden 16, maybe 17, but definitely 16, I felt that there was a blocked kick on every single drive. Game. There was at least one blocked kick. It was a little lessened for 17, but it was still pretty bad. So now that's my first blocked kick I've seen, field goal or punt, all season. And, God damn it, man. And, it's been, this is game number 16, 14, I think, counting preseason, so. All right, let's cover Jenkins. Make sure he is covered, guys. Man, they are just getting me with these quick cuts. Like that, yup. Oh, we got lucky on that. He just missed the throw. Hello, Yashwanth Arvapali. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Thank you for joining the stream. So, yeah. It is what it is. So, yeah, Madden 19. Best Madden in a while. Disclaimer, I got it for free, for work. It's a good game. What the hell was that, Bortles? You know what? Keep doing that, Bortles. Please keep doing that. You'll really show us if you keep doing that. All right. Safari and Jenkins. Has he been their go-to? I haven't been checking. I need to check the stats and see who they're throwing to. They're doing a lot of short. Oh, come. Oh, that got lucky. See, that's when, like in previous Maddens, that is absolutely a reception. Nowadays, in Madden 19, there are a lot of drops on contact. A lot of dropped passes on contact. So, I mean, that works both ways. Oh, that was dumb. If I had not juked, I would have made it to the 20. Oh, well, that's fine. We have 4 minutes to burn. Now we want to chew the clock. Because now, if we can keep getting first downs, and we can deny them the chance because they need to get a touchdown because they need a touchdown. They're not going to get anywhere with a field goal. There we go. So in that case, I hit the sprint button right as I crossed the offensive line, right as I hit the gap. And then I got a benefit for it. So you have to think like a real football player. Basically, you don't want to start sprinting until you're ready to start sprinting. In real life, you can't just hold down the sprint button and get a profit. All right. And that was another. And again, I just didn't take my own advice. So I'm saying this because I might cut this episode up and put this on the strategy guide, by the way, or at least I'll think about it, try to recreate it. So like here, I shouldn't have sprinted. What happened was right at the handoff, I saw how much gap I had, and I'm like, well, shit, I can just run forward. But that committed me to the direction, and I walked right into a Jaguar arm. What I should have done was not hit the stick, and then right here, I can see that 66 isn't holding his block. So if I was not hitting the sprint button, I could have immediately hit left and possibly hit the gap between 36 and 64. And at least have gotten a few more yards, enough for the first down. But I did not do that. And I was punished for it, and I was correctly punished for it. So, anyway. It's enough of that about the whole sprint thing. I think you guys probably get it by now, but I'm so happy with that change that I can't say enough good things about it. And there, I didn't hit the sprint at all, and that's all I needed. I just needed a few yards. So we're going to let the clock go to the 2-minute warning, and I'm just going to look at the chat for half a second. Ugh. Oh, I didn't notice AJ23 Erie joined the stream and asked how I'm playing Madden 19. Hello, AJ23 Erie, or Leary. I think that's an I, but thank you for joining the stream. I work for IGN Entertainment. I'm writing the strategy guide for Madden, so I got an early release copy. But the game does come out for pre-orders, which is the Hall of Fame edition, on Tuesday. And on Friday is the main full release. Madden Ultimate Team was reset on July 30th, so it's not like I have much of an advantage there. But I never play Ultimate Team anyway. Although I will say, I actually kind of like Madden Ultimate Team this year, which is weird because I've always been all about franchise mode. And I've never been a huge fan of Madden Ultimate Team. But this year it's okay, and especially because there is a ton of single-player stuff you can do with Ultimate Team this year. And there are no contracts this year, so you can have the same team forever without worrying about any other nonsense, and I really, really like that. Well, shit. All right, we're going for a first down here. We are not going to... try to run with friggin'... Yeah, all right, let's go. Bell should be a... nope. Get it! Sup! God damn it! God fucking damn it! Ah! I got indecisive. Was anyone else open? Because all I ever look at is Brown and Bell. Was anybody else open and I just humiliated myself for no reason? No. No, everyone was covered. I might have had a shot if I had just thrown it up to my tight end, but there was no way I would have done that since he had been taken down. Tight end was open. Brown was between dudes, but that would have been a dangerous pass. So, yeah, all right. I should have just scrambled. Well, whatever. If I had a scrambling quarterback rather than Ben Roethlisberger, I would be more inclined to take that risk. Boof. Coffin corner. Oh, he's just going to fucking field it. All right. Wow. Steelers. Do you need some ice for all those broken ankles that fucking 13 just hit you with? All right. Let's not fuck this up since this is definitely their last drive. And they need a touchdown, so I don't mind giving up completions. I just mind giving up points. Keep them out of the end zone, Steelers. Don't make me smear peanut butter in your helmets. That's fine. That's fine. He can have a 4-yard completion. I have no problem giving him a 4-yard completion. Okay. Ah. Oh, shit. Oh. Bortles with the overthrow. Okay. Okay. I keep pinching the receivers on the line. I need to not do that in this situation because there's no reason to pinch them on the line when we know they're shooting for the end zone here. Yep. I need to go to cover 4. because this is all they're going to do to me. All they're going to do is deep verticals. Okay. Where is a cover 4 when I need it? I just saw one. Not a prevent. I don't want prevent defense yet. Cover 4 drop. There we go. All right. It's all right. We'll give up those completions. He's throwing a lot to the slot guy. Not that time. Yup, they're either going tight end or they're going to the slot. And I can't cover both at the same time. Oh shit, that's... Oh, he spiked it. I'm like... That was a weird formation. That's because he spiked... What are you celebrating, Tomlin? Don't celebrate. We very much might lose this game. Alright. Oh, shit. Ah! God damn! This is not good. Alright, well, they're closer now. Oh, he's going to stop the clock again. Ooh, boy. Ooh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. Yeah, their tight end is being a severe pain in my ass right now. And they do a lot of quick moves. They are so good at that. They are so good at doing those quick passes. And I did not defend against that properly when I did my game plan. Oh, shit. No, 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 no. There we go. Yes! Ha ha ha! Ah, ha, 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 ha. Go Hayden, pick 6 that shit. Fuck you, Bortles. Ah, Bortles. You saved a touchdown. And Hayden, that is your second pick of the game. And you are my new best friend. Hell yeah. I'm going to make sure that you don't leave after this year. I will re-sign your ass. Ah, Hayden saving the game. I'm going to just enjoy this this replay. Fuck you, Bortles. The Jags are lucky that Bortles had any sort of speed at all, because if he was a step slower, that would have been that. Not a field goal. What the hell are you doing? Ah. I am going to take my 4 points that I am ahead by, and I'm going to go back to Pittsburgh with my undefeated 10-0 record. Whew! That was exciting. That was almost as exciting as my overtime victory against the Falcons. That game drove me up a freaking wall. But I'll take a win any way I can get it. So that's going to do it for the gameplay part of the stream. Like I said, I'm gonna finish dealing with my players real quick. I need to do scouting, and I need to do upgrades and that kind of thing, because if I don't, I'm going to totally forget. Actually, I guess I don't need to this time. As last time I needed to do it because I was trying to specifically check left guards, and I had totally forgotten to do that. So this time I am not doing that. Oh, good. Okay, upgrades. So, Vince Williams, you should be field general, sure, since that's part of the scheme. You're going to be the number 2 next year, but you will be very important. Keon Adams, you are a speed rusher. Even though you are not a speed rusher, but that is what we are putting your points into. Tyler Matakevich? I guess? I don't know. All right. And Jake McGee. There's a name that's easy to say. Wow, you have a terrible overall rating. But at least you just got a bunch of numbers. You've got an Achilles tear, and you're out for 3 weeks. Hell. That's good news. All right, so is that the new injury? I do wish the game would tell you which injuries are the new ones. John Bostic's out for 4 weeks. God damn. Half my middle linebackers are out. Let's see. We'll probably get Alejandro back. Gerald Dawkins. Why do I even still have you? Oh, you started the game. You started the... Okay. Oh, there's an injury slider now, which is very nice. If you think there's too many injuries or not enough injuries or whatever, you can dick with that. And if you have injury set to 0, it will never happen, which is kind of cool. I don't think Madden has had an injury slider for a few years. If they ever have, they might have. I don't remember. Returning from injury. Yes, Alejandro is back and is now our starting left tackle. Now that I have a good one over there, maybe I won't get sacked and I can actually do some running plays. All right, cool. So I can handle that off camera. I can handle that later. I know who I'm scouting. Okay, so I guess that'll do it because I am between games. So yeah, that's Madden 19. Best Madden in a while. I'm enjoying it. Again, I'm doing it for IGN Entertainment, which is why I got an early release copy. But Madden comes out for pre-orders on Tuesday, the 7th. It comes out for everybody else on Friday, the 10th. And you can go to IGN Entertainment to say... I should have put that link in the video description. Anyway, by the time this hits the archive version, I will put a link in the video description. You can follow the link to go to my guide on IGN Entertainment and see how to play the game if you need any assistance. Although, I have a feeling a lot of you aren't going to be looking at my guide. Madden players tend to not need guides, but every Madden is somebody's first, so you know, those are the people I write the guides for. Hi, Tomlin. But I don't know why you were putting your phone away if you were just gonna all right, whatever, you do your coach thing. That'll do it for now. For the archive, I'm going to say goodbye. For live, I will keep talking to you guys for about 5 minutes because I'm not sure what I want to do for the rest of my evening. But at least, for the archive, thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you next week for another stream. Okay, for the rest of you... I can go to Twitch if you guys want to do a after party. I don't know what I want to play. I'm in a sports mood. I actually just want to keep playing Madden. And I really need to work. So if we do an after party, it's going to have to be a short one. But it's up to you guys. It's up to you what you want to do. Let me know in the chat right now if you want anything in particular for an after party, because I am okay with a short one. I am okay with a short one. Let's see. Doop-a-doop-a-doo. Checking. Not a lot of chat in the Discord. Yeah, there's a Discord channel for the show. Video description. KSP. I could do KSP. I actually got super bored and bummed out of KSP last night. I played it too much yesterday. But we could screw around with it. So sure. All right. Okay, go to Twitch, everybody. Twitch.tv/PyroFalkon. There's a link in the video description. We'll do a little KSP. Just a little, though. But, yeah. Link in the video description. Twitch.tv/PyroFalkon. I will see you on Twitch in about 5 minutes with Kerbal Space Program. So those of you who are only going to watch on YouTube, thank you very much for joining. And again, hopefully for the newcomers, you like what else I do on the channel. So thanks for watching, and I will see you on Twitch in just a moment. Bye-bye.